Triple G has something to prove, and that he's not old and still competitive. But I feel coming off a loss against before, Canelo is hungrier and wants to remain the face of that division. Also still wants to remain the face of Mexican boxing. I therefore predict... Hello HTV boxing fans, it is fight week. Mexican and WBC, NWBO and pound for pound boxer Canelo Alvarez takes on Kazakhstani and IBF and WBA super middleweight champion Gennadiy Golovkin for the undisputed super middleweight championship in this trilogy. Yes, it's a trilogy. This is the third time they are fighting. This Saturday at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Main event will begin at approximately 11 p.m. Eastern on DAZN. Event is promoted by Matchroom. In this short video, I will discuss the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters, my thoughts on this fight, the strategies I expect both the fighters should be going in with, and of course, my prediction. This is Talking Boxing. Before I go on, please don't forget to leave your prediction below in the comment section. Like and share this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if this is your first time visiting this channel. Let's go right into it. So let's talk briefly about Saul Alvarez, also known as Canelo. The pound for pound boxer is returning in the ring after his last and second loss in his career at the lightweight division against Dmitry Bivol in May of this year. Prior to that, in November of last year, he has stopped Caleb Plant, in the middleweight to become the first ever undisputed champion at 168 pounds. The 38-year-old Alvarez is coming in with a record of 57 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, and 39 of the wins by way of knockout. What are his strengths? He's an efficient boxer. This means that he almost always throws less punches than his opponent, but he executes these punches so well that he makes sure that they land, so they are very effective. He also has a lot of power in his punches, and as I said earlier, because he throws less punches, he makes sure that his opponent feel this power whenever it touches them. The other strength of Canelo is that he is a confident boxer. Now, despite his recent loss to Bivol, he has not backed down, talking about his abilities and wanting to get back in the ring and what he thinks he can do. Boxing is one of those sports that, you got to be very confident in your abilities, and fans also like to see that. Now, this confidence in Canelo, though, often leads to success in the ring because all punches are issued with precision and much confidence. So when he throws this, he knows he's going to hurt you. That is the part about the confidence in Canelo I'm talking about. I also want to quickly mention Canelo protects himself very well. So we should see hopefully less punches landing on him. What are his weaknesses? Now, Canelo struggles with movers. He struggles with boxers that move a lot. I wouldn't say that Golovkin is great in this area, but he does move, and so he may struggle, but I doubt it, and I'll talk about that later. Let's talk briefly about Gennadiy Golovkin, also known as Triple G. Golovkin is coming off a fresh win in Japan in April, where he beat Ryota Murata by 9th round technical knockout, and that's how he won the WBA super middleweight title. Prior to that, he had beaten Sergey Derevchenko to win the vacant IBF middleweight title. Please forgive me if I murdered the name, which he successfully defended 2 times. He's putting both his belts on the line this Saturday. It's got to be interesting. Canelo is also doing the same. He's coming in with a record of 42 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 37 of the wins by way of knockout. This is what I call a knockout artist. 42 wins, 37 knockouts. What are his strengths? There's no way I talk about any other strength without first mentioning Triple G's power. Triple G's power seems innate, and by this I mean it seems like he was born with it. It comes up naturally, and it is usually deadly in terms of ring talk. With his 42 wins, 37, like I said, were knockouts. That's almost a 90% knockout rate. Canelo will be tested, but whether it will be enough to give Triple G the win, I will discuss that later. Also, Triple G has great stiff jabs, and we'll look forward to keeping Canelo at a distance with it. He's also a skillful fighter. He's very strong-minded and just naturally strong. I mean, Triple G in his prime has it all. What do I mean by his prime? I'll talk again about that later. Or maybe right now. His weakness. I agree with many in the boxing community that age is catching up to him. The Triple G we know is not the same that showed up at his last fight against Murata. He did win, but he did appear a little sluggish to me. Maybe it's just my eyes. But that is expected at age 40. He's not 28 anymore. So this is why I think the younger 32-year-old Canelo has a big advantage over him. All right. So what are my thoughts on this fight and strategies I expect the boxer should be going in the night? Well, first, let's say a lot of boxing fans on different social media spaces indicate this fight is not worth it. People say they are going to sue, they are not going to watch. They have their reasons, but the underlying theme is that Golovkin is old and Canelo remains the face of the weight class and no way Triple G beats him. Okay, personally, I have a different view. The first fight I thought was competitive, even though it was a draw. Many thought that Triple G won. I thought Canelo won the second fight convincingly. So clearly, I think this third one settled the score. If you look at this fight alone without the extenuating factors, I think it's going to be an exciting fight for both for boxing. If Triple G comes out as we know him in the power department, it is going to be a night of explosiveness because Canelo got power also. But beyond the power, I expect Canelo to go for the body shots. Golovkin is 40. Body is not the same. So I expect Triple G to be hurt with powerful body shots from Canelo. I do expect Triple G though to try and hold off Canelo with his stiff jabs I spoke about. If he's able to neutralize Canelo this way, he should take advantage with huge counter punches. He's got the power. Maybe we are not 40 years old, but he should at least throw some power if he's able to neutralize Canelo's explosiveness. Now, to my prediction. Triple G has something to prove, and that he's not old and still competitive. But I feel coming off a loss against before, Canelo is hungrier and wants to remain the face of that division. Also still wants to remain the face of Mexican boxing. However, despite this hunger, I doubt he's able to knock Triple G out. I therefore predict Canelo Alvarez wins by decision. And this is my prediction, and this is Talking Boxing.